16 years old and raped. After 25 years, Lori Halse Anderson finally spoke up. In this poem, she forces you to acknowledge the real and painful truths that are too dangerous to ignore. Shout, by Lori Halse Anderson. We lived in the house on Berkeley Drive for 7 years, long enough to sucker me into believing that was a home. My mistake. When you're a preacher's kid, you move around a lot, don't get to paint your walls or tape up posters. The church buys the furniture, pays the mortgage, and makes all of the rules. We moved in June. 4 shards of a broken family. 1 apartment of burnt orange and avocado green, 2 bedrooms. The boy across the street had a motorbike. He siphoned gas for it every night. He grabbed me once, shoved me against a brick wall, hands greased with experience, arms metal cables looping around and encasing me. I fought, tried to kick, and failed. His mouth dove for my neck, and I bit him until I tasted blood. He backed off, furious, cried that human bites were germ-filled, poisonous. I said I hoped that was true. That boy tasted gasoline dangerous, but he wasn't it. My sour victory did not last long. We moved to a new building a few weeks later. I made friends with girls who shared candy-flavored lip gloss and giggly fantasies about Vinnie Barbarino and the Fonz girls, who introduced me to it. The friend of a friend of a friend, because everyone's your friend when you're 13 and alone. Broken children can see each other from miles away. The original mutants, ex-kids abandoned to their confused scars and rages. I held his hand, enjoyed our silent summer. Not romance, but comfort. To have a tobacco-smelling boy, bigger, older, stronger boy, walk by my side. Looking back, I think his life was a mess. Looking back, he still scares me. Looking back, I wonder how many girls he hurt. And if someone hurt him first, or if he was simply just a felony-committing jerk. And then, green August. Melting hot days, running out the bottom of the hourglass. School time, marching relentlessly toward the children of summer, so intent in capturing every free minute, like flowers to be pressed between the pages of a book. We walked down the hill to the creek, the babble of water overrunning any need to speak. We tossed pebbles in the water. Everything was so calm. That's what I remember, the calm, because I felt so safe and so happy tossing pebbles in the water next to this tobacco-smelling boyfriend. So, when he turned to kiss me, my mouth hit his with delight. I was new to this kind of kiss and happy to play by the creek with this boy whose hands then wandered fast. Too fast, too far, like a flash flood overwhelming the startled banks of a creek that never once thought of defense, of damming, or the need for a bridge to escape. His hands, arms, shoulders, back, muscle, sinew, bone, an avalanche of force, the course predetermined, one hand on my mouth, his body covering, smothering mine. I took my eyes off the rage in his face, looked up to the green piece of leaves fluttering above. Trees witnessing pain and shame. I crawled into the farthest corner of my mind, biding time, hiding, surviving by outsiding. And when he was done, using my body, he stood up, zipped his jeans, lit a cigarette, and walked away. Lots of boys at my school played chicken, countless varieties of the game. The boy who raped me on the rocks by the creek got drunk and lay down 28 nights later on a dark country road. He played chicken with the devil, daring the car that couldn't see him to flinch first to prove him brave and noble. I didn't speak up when that boy raped me. Instead, I scalded myself in the shower and turned myself into the ghost of a girl that I once was. My biggest fear being that my father, no stranger to gaming with the devil, would kill that boy. And it would be my fault. But that boy who raped me on the rocks by the creek, got drunk and lay down on a dark night to play chicken with the devil. And he lost. I begged my father to take me to the funeral. I lied and said that the boy was my friend. He looked at me sharply, my ice-eyed father, but my gentle-hearted father. He heard something in my voice, but after one searing glance, he shut down the inquiry, wrote the note, got me out of school, and walked with me to the graveside on a gray September day, cut by winter's promise in the wind. My father kept his arms around my shoulders while I cried. I cried so hard. I had turned myself inside out, so grateful that it was gone. And it was over. I did not know that the haunting had just begun. Thank you.